Hey, we're live. Hello, and surprise, we got Hatter and Sin faces. What? Look at those adorable cuties sitting over there. So now everybody's got cameras. That's exciting.
Well,
And
no,
we're
me back when I have to take our cameras off now, don't we, to balance it out.
oh
So,
yeah,
yep.
that's right. Yeah, okay.
Mm.
Thanks, Warwick. Wait, I don't have a filler for you though. They're just gonna be staring at a black box. Ah, jeez, bud.
Oh,
Come on
I'll
now.
come back. I'll come back.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I need a placeholder. Come on. I'm a professional streamer here. Uh Jesse,
So I do
I
have
don't know how to tell you this,
then.
but Hatter does have a face. I'm so sorry you had to find out this way, and I offer my sincere condolences in these trying times. Uh
Oh.
Okay, so we are here, we are doing masks, clockwork, not masks overclocked, like I keep calling it, because for some reason my brain just keeps doing that. And then I type it, and then somebody goes, "Hey Tough, isn't it clockwork?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah! I knew that. I titled it. That's a thing." This is issue 2, part 2. But before we get too much into what has happened in the previous issue, or not issue, previous part of the issue, let's go around and introduce our players. Tell us a little bit about who you are, where we can find you, streams, socials, all that fun stuff. And I'm gonna pick on Sin first. So Sin, tell us all about you.
Okay. Hi, I'm potato9_juice or Sin. I am a Canadian. I stream on Twitch occasionally. Eventually, I will again. Yes, I make art. I play games. I mod for Tough, and then I sleep in Juice's channel, and I lurk in Warwick's channel, and I lurk in Backlin's channel, and I just hang out with Hatter in DM, and that's me, Hatter.
Hello, I am Hatter of the NoHat variety. I don't stream. I have zero intention of streaming. It sounds like a lot of work. I usually hang out with Tuff and Warwick, and usually lurk in Batguin's chat and mod for Jessie Bessie when she decides to stream. This is her stream setup. I am borrowing it for the day. It's beautiful, and yeah.
Hey. That's it.
That's all we get. Nothing else.
Hey.
Perfect.
Look, all right, I just finished work. It's 11:30 at night, and I've had a Red Bull. Anyway, hi everyone. My name is WarwickZero. I do the streaming on Twitch. Yeah, Mondays, Thursdays, Saturdays. I do other things as well on the socials. WarwickZero. I'm here right now doing this. Hi. I'm terrible at this.
The one time to promo yourself. That's what I love it. Beautiful. I think it perfectly exemplifies Warwick. Backwin.
Yeah, I'm TheBatguin. I have a Twitch. I have other socials. I have what are my socials? I don't know. I have them. I have a Twitter that's got 2 E's and the word the, and then Instagram is TheBatguin lives. And I also hang out in Tuff's channel and Warwick's channel and other people's channel, and I'm not a mod in any of them, which is surprising. I'm a VIP in at least one, so that works. That's all I know. That's it.
Valid. And I am your host, which if you're here on my channel, you probably know who I am, but just in case you didn't realize where you were, this is the 98 Tough Love channel. I usually play variety games, and sometimes I do tabletop RPGs, and sometimes I do them here, and sometimes I do them on C+ content. Which I will be doing a lot of them next week, so if you would like to watch a lot of TTRPGs, I've got Masks tomorrow, I've got Labyrinth on Tuesday, and I've got Avatar on Thursday, and then possibly They March on Friday on My Fair Kelly's channel, our dear friend Mufka. And this one, so I've got like 5. And I've had like 4 in a row, so I'm doing a lot of this, which is great because
Let's
I love
go.
it. Dude, I'm like I'm thriving. But I'm waiting for it to get confusing, so it's good that I'm DMing this time and not being a character. Because I
When you
would
start
get
bringing
mixed
like
up.
Avatar characters into this or something.
Yeah, when I'm like Azaleus, and I'm like, no wait, fuck, this is masks. No wait, shit, this is lab. Wait, what fucking thing am I playing? Oh my god, I have D20s.
No, wait, this is
Oh
work.
god, it's actually D&D. Ah. So we are picking up where we left off in the last part. If nobody would like to volunteer to give us a little bit of a recap of last time, I can do it.
You wouldn't want me to. You wouldn't want me to.
Oh,
so-
come
I'll
on.
volunteer.
Late night Red Bulled up Warwick would give the best background on what happened.
And just for disclaimer, I remembered exactly what I needed to do before last session. So, yeah.
Yep. Welcome, Raiders. You're just in time for the background on what happened in our last episode. Pew, pew.
Let's go.
Batguin, take it
Pew, pew, pew.
away.
So in the last episode, Night Fox went to work and missed out on everything. So I made a good bit in tips. I bought something on the way home, and then I showed up. And on my way showing up, the zoo was on fire. I got to the place we needed to go, and then I was like, "Hey, what happened?" And these 3 couldn't tell me anything that happened. So then I was like, "Well, the zoo's in trouble, so we have to go to the zoo." And now we're at the zoo. Oh, and there's a giant robot penguin that's gonna burn us all with its death lasers or something.
Yeah, that was a thing that might be happening.
Yeah, it might be happening.
To fill in a little bit more about what happened last time, you guys have kind of been on lockdown basically after what happened at Aegis, because Aegis is keeping an eye on you guys, make sure that you don't tell anybody that they were super compromised. And then Shadow's dad showed up and was like, hey, my company got robbed. And we were directed to you guys because there was a very weird note that got left for Cleric, which just said, I did what I came to do, from your nemesis, Greg, who might also be 13's dad, but, you know, that's irrelevant to the conversation.
Yeah, completely irrelevant, yep.
Yep, totally
Great.
not important. But you guys decided to go check out Alpha Industries. While you were there, you discovered that Greg had taken a good chunk of tools, some blueprints, and some gadgets, including a few that Shadow has made in the past. You guys went to go track down Greg. Meanwhile, Night Fox went to work. And was stuck there for a while because of her shitty manager who wouldn't let her leave until she filled out paperwork to do a leave of absence / bereavement, maybe. And meanwhile, I believe Shadow went to go check out camera footage from the Better Buy, which is where you guys think Greg stole all of his computer stuff that he was using in the lighthouse in the last episode. While Cleric and 13 went to Greg's dad's house to try to see if Greg was there.
School was all coming back to me.
Yeah. You guys managed to convince the butler to tell you where Greg is currently living. You went to his apartment. You guys didn't think that he was in there, so you kind of just busted down the door to find Greg in his underwear cooking some instant noodles. And then you guys had a
That's
fight
my
with
dad.
Greg. And 13 ever so wonderfully just blurted out, "You're my dad!" And Greg went, "What the fuck?" And just didn't really seem to believe that whatsoever. But everybody else
Surprisingly.
started to see the family resemblance, including Cleric, because, you know, uh-oh, that's your nemesis. Your nemesis kid is your partner in your team, and that's a whole lot of fun. Uh, and then
We're gonna unpack that later.
yeah, we'll deal with that in
Yeah,
another.
much
Definitely
later.
not anytime soon. Uh, Greg ran away. 13 attempted to stop him and got caught on the hood of his car, and then Greg kind of managed to flip him off of it. Not like he might have been flipping you the bird on the way out, but you
Pretty sure he
probably
would have done that as well.
probably didn't notice if he did. So Greg got away, and then Night Fox showed up and was like, "Hey, there's something happening at the zoo." She saw smoke rising over where it was, and so you guys got to the zoo, and as you guys approached, a giant penguin robot revealed itself and pointed its flippers at you and began charging up a powerful laser. So, that's where you're at. So what are you doing?
So, quick thing. So, where's everyone? Are we all together, or
Yes.
is Night Fox still there but working somewhere else?
No, you guys are all together. You guys all took an Uber basically to the zoo. So you
Everyone,
all
okay.
four
Oh, yeah,
basically
yeah, yeah, yeah,
just got out of the car. The Uber drove off, and then the penguin robot
Right.
showed up.
Okay. What is that? And I look at Night Fox and go, "What is that?"
Laser is
That's
charging up
a-
very quickly.
It's a robot penguin that's going to kill us all.
Oh,
I-
okay, what is
Did
it?
we
And how do
duck behind
stop it?
something?
Can I attempt? Can I
I,
attempt?
Yes, Sid.
Sure.
Can I attempt to grab everybody and teleport us all to like the penguin enclosure?
Yes. Roll to unleash your powers.
Awesome.
Let's go. First roll of the night.
Woo!
Uh-oh.
What'd you get there,
Nice.
Shadow?
The 5.
Let's go.
Okay.
To be fair, that seems right about our average, what we've been rolling, like, pretty much the whole thing.
Yeah. All right. So Shadow, you grab onto your teammates and you attempt to teleport them, but it doesn't work. And you're like, "Don't worry, guys, I got this." And nothing happens. And the laser is now fully charged.
Right, okay. Can we stop that and look at Night Fox? Yes or no?
Not right now. We
Right,
probably
okay.
should
Everyone
move.
everyone get close, and I will try to use my super speed to move out the way. We'll get out the
Are
way.
you trying to move everybody out of the way?
Yep.
All right, cool. So 13's attempting to pick you all up in a big group bear hug
Yep.
and haul you all out of there. All right,
Yep.
roll to unleash your powers.
2d6, isn't it?
Yep. And let me make sure you don't have any penalties for your conditions. No, you do not. Cool.
Oh, good. Wait, what would this be? What would I add to it label-wise?
Freak.
Oh, +1. Oh, okay.
What'd you get there, 13?
It wasn't 13. It was less than half. It was 6.
Okay.
Can I use?
Yeah.
Team?
Yes. You do have one team in the pool. We start every session with one. So, Shadow, how are you helping 13?
Shadow will give 13 a hug that is very sincere and the best that she can do, and she'll be like, "You got this. I believe in you. You can do this."
All right.
Okay.
All right. So it is no longer a total failure. Also, Shadow, mark a potential for that failed teleport. Okay, so 13, you pick everybody up and you manage to narrowly super speed your friends out of the way. You, however, are still gonna get a little bit nicked by that laser, so I'm gonna need you to roll to take a powerful blow.
No.
So roll plus your conditions, you want to roll low.
2d6 again.
Yep, it's always 2d6.
And what am I adding with my conditions? Is it because I've got 3, so it'd be +3.
Yep.
Okay. I'm starting to realise about conditions aren't great. Okay. Oh
What?
my God,
No.
Are you fucking kidding me?
What'd you get?
Oh
Now
my
he gets a
God.
12.
12.
I was
Oh.
right.
Well, it was 9 plus
sacrificed
9 plus the
myself.
Oh
conditions.
no.
It's fine. It's fine. Whatever happens, happens. It's a roll of the dice. Let's go.
Okay. So, when you take a powerful blow, on a 10 plus, you must either remove yourself from the situation, you lose control of yourself or your powers in a terrible way, or you take 2 options from the 7 to 9 list, you lash out verbally, provoking a teammate to foolhardy action, or take advantage of your influence over them to inflict a condition. You give ground, which gives your opposition an opportunity, or you struggle past the pain on mark 2 conditions, and you have to pick 2 of those. So, considering that you are currently hauling all of your friends around with your superpowers, I think narratively losing control of yourself or your powers is probably what would happen. But it's up to you.
Oh, the choices. I think I would. The thing is, right, if I picked basically move myself out from the situation, would that be during me trying to do this move, or would it be afterwards?
So it would be afterwards. So if you were
Be
like knocked
afterwards.
out or something, but you'll be removed for the entirety of the combat.
I think that would. I know. I think I'm just thinking like how this goes. I never tried to done this before. I've tried to move 4 people, 3 people, including myself,
Mm-hmm.
and I've even struggled with 1. So I think at the end I would be so exhausted. Plus, with what happened with my potential father, not father, and also probably not having enough burgers, I would put myself out of the situation. Like I'll be knocked out and out of battle, basically.
Okay. Yeah, no, that also makes perfect narrative sense. Yeah, so 13 kind of is like, okay, we gotta move. Like, he's realized that the laser is like firing, and he manages to he doesn't really like manage to pick you all up, but his speed is fast enough to shove all of you out of the way. However, 13 is hit and hit hard, and 13 goes down, and there's just kind of like rising smoke from his body. He's alive, but he's out for the count for the moment.
Might come out from my head.
You see his unconscious body reach into his pocket and take out a burger and start trying to ram it into his face.
I was really tempted. to get a fast food order and have a burger just ready, but I didn't think that far ahead. Anyway.
Alright, so 13 is out for the count. I believe that you guys are now entering combat against the giant penguin machine. So.
Yay.
This ruins my entire plan.
I can hang it in
The
chat.
10% of a plan that you had?
I had like 14 by the time. I just wrote
Did you
some
have
of it down at
13?
the end. No.
You had 14. Was 13 just me?
Maybe.
We already got the sacrifice out of the way. I feel like that was like 7% of the plan.
Yeah, he was totally the one I want to sacrifice. The one with super speed. That could definitely wrap this up really quick.
I mean, you do have somebody with life force powers that could maybe manage to bring him back into the fight, but we'll have to see. Alright, so you guys have already used your start of session team, so you guys currently have 2. Night Fox, do you have influence over every teammate?
The hell knows.
Hopefully the character sheet. You do?
Yeah.
Perfect. So you have 3. Does everyone have the same purpose in the fight? Probably yes, unless somebody has an ulterior motive, but I don't think any of
Defeat
you
the
should.
penguin!
Yeah. Protect
Defeat the robot.
the robot penguin. The
Not the penguin.
Defeat the robot penguin!
All right.
Go.
Does anyone mistrust the leader?
Who's the leader?
Me.
I'm pretty
It's
sure
always me.
it's been Night Fox.
I like
We're
the
good.
idea that
It's never
I
not
like-
me.
Well, it was last
like,
time very briefly. It was Cleric
like each
because you
question
were at
I was
work.
away.
you zoom in to each character and he's like, okay, so and so is it?
Yeah.
And zooms in, there's nothing there, and the camera has to just pan down. It's just smoking,
Just
carcass.
just 13. All right. Do you guys think that your team is ill prepared or off balance?
I mean, 13 just went down, so yeah, I feel a little off balance.
Yeah.
I say you're doing better actually, but hey,
All right. So you guys have 3 team in the pool, so that will give you the +1s that you may need to change a bad roll to a good roll. So,
We're tough. We're at the zoo. We're nowhere near the pool.
oh
It's
gosh.
across town.
Well, I guess you'll have to run over there to get your
Well,
team.
we can't. The runner's dead. Temporarily.
Temporarily. I mean, you still have
Only
your
mostly dead.
Only slightly dead. I feel happy.
Oh, I see that Jesse mistrusts the leader. That's great.
Ah, dang it, Jesse. Well, that takes away that team. No, I'm kidding. All right, what are you guys doing? The penguin is
Nice.
starting to charge up another laser.
Is that all it knows how to do? This
I
is
mean,
the
it-
worst penguin ever.
Could have other things, but currently,
clearly does.
laser seems effective considering it already took one of you out.
Shadow would like to use the move Are You Watching Closely to try to distract the giant mecha penguin. Or the penguin in the giant mecha suit.
Okay.
Is it a mech suit or is it a giant penguin?
It's a giant penguin mech. So
Okay,
it is a
got it.
mech shaped like a penguin.
Got it.
Alright, so you are rolling plus superior to mislead, distract, or trick. How are you trying? Well, actually, roll first, and then you can tell me what you're doing.
I may have done a poll in
God-
chat by the way.
Jesus, Warwick. This is
It's
why
like
we
when you-
can't. Yeah, we can't let 13 get put out of the fights anymore. This is what he does. Creates polls
think
in
that
his
could be fun.
unconscious Twitch chat.
It's
He's
an 8.
dreaming of the real world.
You got an 8?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I got a 6, and it's plus superior, which is 2, so that's 8.
Perfect. Okay, so you get to choose 2. You get an opportunity, you expose a weakness, you confuse them for some time, or you avoid further engagement. So tell me what you're trying to, how you're distracting it, and then what 2 you think would fit the situation.
So Shadow would try to create like a like the illusion that would be like of similar size to the mecha penguin that would be like this it's like a uh another mecha creature but like on their side, so it's like she called upon another ally that's gonna attack the mecha penguin, like 2 things going like
Okay,
yes.
cool. So are you looking to get an opportunity? Do you think you could expose a weakness that way? You confuse them, or you avoid further engagement? You get 2.
Probably to get an opportunity, at least for Cleric and Night Fox to do something.
Okay.
And then probably also to maybe confuse them so that also that gives Cleric and Night Fox to
Yeah,
have
so
time to
it'll-
do stuff.
It'll be distracted for a minute. Okay. So what happens is Shadow, you take one of the devices that you took from your lab, and obviously it doesn't actually do this, but with your illusory powers, you like roll out this tiny little metal square, and then using your powers, you make it look like that square transforms into this giant mechanical. Mm...
Killer whale!
Yeah,
No,
I'm not gonna
that's not
make it a
on
killer
land.
whale.
It's a flamingo, clearly.
Yes, it's a flamingo. And it will start engaging in battle with the giant mechanical flamingo that definitely exists. All right, Night Fox and Cleric, what are you two doing?
I'm gonna go to 13 and try to fix him.
Okay.
I'm not sure how. I guess unleash my powers, try to vitality boost him, wake him up.
Yes. Yeah, that's going to be an Unleash Your Powers roll. So roll plus freak.
10 total.
Sweet. Awesome. You do exactly what you aim to do. So you go over to 13 and it's almost it's easy. You bolster his life force back up, and 13 you are back and available.
Yeah.
13 looks at the hamburger that's in his hand and is like,
Hey.
sweet, and starts eating it.
So what's going on?
I honestly just envision Cleric going over, seeing the hamburger, and just knocking it out of his hand. Like, get up. He's like, oh, where's my hamburger?
My hamburger.
Look up.
Takes the
Oh,
hamburger
that.
away and like holds it above him so that he has to like sit up to get to it. It's like leading a pig with a carrot in Minecraft.
Or the old man with the bill.
Yes, all of it.
Perfect. All right. The Night Fox.
Hi.
What are you doing?
Well, I see the team is doing exactly what I planned.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
100%? For sure.
Yeah, definitely told them to do all those things. That was part of the plan. That's the other percentage. It's higher than 10. Math.
Yes.
Let's see. What can my character do? I can penguins web its feet
Okay.
to the ground. So that'd be plus freak.
Actually, that is going to be plus danger. You are going to be directly engaging a threat.
What?
Yeah.
How are its feet dangerous?
Because you're actively attacking the mech.
You're gonna get stomped.
What if I phrase it like I'm webbing the ground to the penguin robot?
No,
Shit.
you're attacking the penguin robot. That's
Well, it's still a 0, so who cares?
it's directly engaged.
8.
You are guilty and hopeless. Okay. So you see, I actually helped you there because you're hopeless. You would have had a -2 on that roll. All right. So on a 7 and 9, you get to pick one. You can resist or avoid their blows. You can take something from them. You can create an opportunity for your allies, or you can impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
Well, I know which ones would be helpful, and I know which one will not be helpful. I really want to do the one that's not helpful, though. But that's not how this character works. So I will do the
I mean, narratively, taking something from them could work because you could be taking away their mobility. So pinning it in place, basically. Or creating an opportunity could also work that way.
Let's do creating an opportunity with it being stuck to the ground.
Okay, perfect. So you do create an opportunity. However, the mech takes notice and will turn and fires just a quick little beam, like a little thing pops out the side of its head and boop, directly at you. So I'm going to need you to roll to take a powerful blow.
I don't know about any penguins that have that kind of anatomy. Just things booping out of their heads.
Oh, you know. Giant mechanical robot ones, maybe. What'd you get? Okay. I mean, it could be worse. You could have rolled a 12. Did you add your conditions to that?
No.
I think you only have 2, though, so it'll still fall in the 7 to 9 category.
Fantastic.
So, you have to choose one. Do you lash out verbally, provoking a teammate to foolhardy action, or take advantage of your influence to inflict a condition? Do you give ground, giving your opposition an opportunity, or do you struggle past the pain to mark 2 conditions?
I don't know any of those things.
I know.
I will provoke 13.
Okay, what are you gonna provoke 13 to do?
I don't know. Attack it. Do something. He's not doing anything.
Okay,
He's
you
shown
tell
up and
13
done
to go.
nothing.
You tell 13 to go
Done
punch.
nothing this entire time. Wake up, stop eating hamburgers, and get your ass to work.
I'm not eating my hamburger anymore. It was hit out of my hand earlier.
Yeah, so Night Fox
Should you have
basically
more.
yells at you to go punch the robot. 13.
Okay, I'll go punch the robot.
Where is really fast.
Oh, so
Excellent. 13. Roll to directly engage a threat with a penalty. So that's going to be a
Can I
minus
not
2.
roll?
Hmm.
-2?
Yep.
I should have just stayed down. What am I adding to it?
You are adding
Label-wise?
danger. So you have
Okay,
a
so that's
plus
0.
Yep.
But -2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. um. 3.
Okay. So even with all of your team pool, you would not be able to make that a 7. All right. So you you just run up to it and just slam your fist into it. And I'm gonna need you to roll to take a powerful blow from basically
I
shattering your
feel like-
hand on.
I feel like I'll be sulking while I do it. I'm like, oh, I don't know why I'm being shouted at for. You know,
Yeah.
I'm trying to and just
So-
like fine. Just,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
not quite knowing my strength, and then
Yeah, and then
so I'm rolling,
potentially hurting yourself. Rolling plus your conditions.
and then what am I at? Oh my god, these conditions suddenly these are.
Yeah, suddenly they're bad.
Suddenly they're bad.
They had no issue the last 3. Right?
Mhm.
9.
Okay, 9 total.
Yes.
All right. So are you lashing out verbally, provoking one of your teammates to foolhardy action, or taking advantage of your influence to inflict a condition?
I'm lashing out.
You're
I'm
lashing out. All right. Who are you
I'm
lashing
lashing
out at?
out at our leader, Night Fox, saying, "Look what happened, all right? You shouted at me. I lost my burger, all right? Okay, I tried to punch it. Now my hand hurts, all right? It's been a long 20 minutes. I don't know how long I've been out for.
Are you trying
Like
to?
15 seconds.
Yeah.
But I do even say
5
got a
days.
thanks for moving us out of the way of slightly further away.
The Nurker. Are you attempting to get Night Fox to do something foolish, or are you trying to inflict a condition if you have influence? Which you do.
I think I have influence on everyone, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah, I do. And everyone has interest on me. What was the first bit again?
Trying to get them to do something foolish, which would probably be, attacking the giant penguin
No.
mech with no plan again.
No,
Going back and
no,
forth.
I think it'd just be a condition. I think it'd probably be angry, just because me lashing out, just like. I
Okay,
think Night Fox wouldn't like that.
cool. All right.
I'm grumpy when I wake up. All right.
And your stomach is empty because your hamburger got knocked out of your hand
Yeah.
when you tried to punch the penguin robot.
Still looking for it, by the way. but-
Okay, cool. It's all toiled up on the ground. Ew. All
Check
right.
your other pocket.
Awesome. Shadow and Cleric. Shadow Cleric and the Night Fox. What are you guys doing?
Being angry.
Mm-hmm.
The laser. You said the flippers move and the laser comes like between it. So
Yeah, so it's like it's facing its fins towards each other, and then they charge up the laser in between them, and then fire the big one.
So it's like an arcing bolt.
Sure.
You use 2
Yeah.
ends of like a electrode, make a ball of electricity, fire. it
Yeah,
up.
and then fire it forward. Yep.
Arcing
Right.
bolt.
I've got my laser vision thingamabobber. Can I like try to shoot a laser beam at where the flippers look like they're making the laser to try to disrupt it?
Are you aiming to like hit where the energy is coming out?
Yeah.
Or okay. Yeah. Roll.
Unleash your powers?
Roll to directly engage a threat, because you are directly attacking
Yeah.
the mech, and it will respond in kind. So that should be plus your
What gets added?
Danger. And you have a -2 because you are afraid.
We're all good with danger.
Haha, you're in danger.
Good work, team.
Didn't realize I had a condition. Whoops.
Yep.
8 plus 1, so that's 9 minus 2, so 7.
Okay. So you can pick one. You can resist or avoid their blows. You can take something from them, which would be taking the one side that you have aimed at. Create an opportunity for your allies, or impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
I'm gonna do the second one. Take the blasty thingy away.
Okay, yeah, so you manage to cut into it and you see sparks flying out as it was charging the laser up, trying to shoot at Shadow's illusion, and then it powers down, but you catch its attention and it will turn and fire. Actually, I'm gonna say that you're close enough to it that it reaches down with the fin that you just hit and just whacks you.
Flipper.
So
Not
Ow.
a fin.
the flipper, sorry. So roll to take a powerful blow.
Lower is better, right?
Yep, so you should have your 2d6 plus your 1 condition.
I got a 9.
Okay. So you can either lash out verbally, provoking a teammate to foolhardy action, or take advantage of your influence to inflict a condition. You can give ground, your opposition gets an opportunity, or you struggle past the pain and you mark 2 conditions.
I'm currently thinking struggle past the pain.
Okay. Alright, so it hits and it smacks you and you kind of go rolling across the we'll say that you guys are in like the main entrance, so it's a large paved area that, you know, will branch off to the different exhibits, and you're just like rolling across it, like reeling from this hit. So which 2 conditions do you think you're gonna mark?
I think insecure, because I had just done pretty good getting 13 up, and then I did the laser beam and things were working, and then I just got my ass handed to me. So definitely insecure and probably a little angry because I'm like, what the frick is going on with today?
Excellent. Okay. Yeah, so it's kind of one of those almost comical moments where like you hit it and you're like, yeah, and then as you're going, yeah, it like whacks you and sends you flying. So you kind of get knocked out of your celebratory moment by this giant mechanical flipper.
Cartwheeling across the ground, landing in a heap, legs in the air.
Yeah, yep. And then just kind of like gradual thumbs up, like, I'm okay.
I'm alive! I need a
Excellent.
burger!
Shadow and the Night Fox, what are you guys doing?
Is there time to assess the situation?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah!
So Shadow will use Criminal Mind to assess the situation, which is a new move she unlocked
Okay.
after doing potential. So even on a miss, I can ask one of 3
Yes.
questions.
Awesome. Go for it. So that's roll plus superior, and you have afraid and guilty. So you do have a -2 on that roll because you are guilty. Yes.
Guilty of being awesome.
So my superior is +2, so
Okay,
the
so it's
-2.
just a flat roll.
I got a 10.
Perfect. Awesome. So you may ask 2 questions. So you can pick from the ones below the assess the situation, or you can pick 2 from your criminal mind. So what questions would you like to ask?
Would you like to stop now, please?
Cat. Ask it politely.
One of the questions that Shadow would like to ask is how can she sacrifice herself to the penguin mech so that her friends can stop being hurt?
Wow.
Okay, I'm gonna interpret that as how could we best end this quickly, rather
Get
than
me
Shadow
penguin overlord.
trying to clear conditions that way. We'll talk about clearing conditions after the combat. You typically don't clear conditions during combat. So how could you best end this quickly? You're watching your illusion as it's battling this giant mech, and the mech at one point turns its back to you, and you notice up near the top of its head there looks like there's a little bit of a lever latch, and you know your family's tech well enough to know that there's usually a failsafe on most of it, and you're pretty sure that's the failsafe. So how could you best end this quickly? Hit the failsafe.
I have a question.
Yes.
How did it turn its back to her if I webbed it?
Its upper middle section can still twist and move. That's how it was able to smack Cleric.
This is a very strange
its,
penguin.
its feet are stuck, but its upper body can still move.
And the second question is what can Shadow use to get herself up to that area spot failsafe?
Well, for Shadow herself, your best shot would probably be teleporting onto the penguin. Alternatively, you do have a teammate with web abilities who could potentially use those to get up there. But yeah, probably your teleportation would be the best way since that's your power and you are pretty good at teleporting yourself. So.
Oh, I didn't forget.
I love you, son.
I love you too.
Okay. The Night Fox, what are you doing?
Well, clearly, as Shadow ponders how to get up there, I'm gonna go get her a ladder. Just hang on, everyone. Go get a ladder.
Night Fox leaves for
Go to
about
bed or
20
bye.
minutes, and I'll come back as the penguin's being destroyed.
No. So,
Shadow, did you share with the team what you figured out? Like, are you telling everybody?
Yeah, she would have told people.
Okay, yeah. So Shadow was like, "There's a fail-safe switch on the back of its neck area," and she'll just like point to
Penguins
it.
do have necks, yes.
Yep, that's a thing. All right. Well. This is very different from my plan. We'll resume that when this thing's done with. We can resume the after plan, which could have taken place before the fight. But do you need help getting up there, Shadow? I can shoot some web handholds.
I can teleport, but that's a good backup if
Right,
I fail.
forgot you could teleport. Yeah, let's do the backup just in case. Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay,
more
so you're
webs.
gonna fire webs at the back of it to create some handholds for Shadow?
Yes, I shoot them like this.
Okay.
Not like this.
I mean, look, it's Spider-Man. I gotta do the thing. That's my favorite superhero.
But I'm a fox.
Yeah. Look, I'm not imitating you. I'm just doing the thing that everybody knows.
What does the fox say?
Just get back to work, Cleric.
Is that what the fox says?
That's gonna be an unleash your powers, since you're not actually attacking it this time.
Well, that's not gonna work. So, I'm just gonna go check on the other penguins, I guess. Because I got a 4.
Ooh. Yeah. So you...
One over there. I shot one straight up.
Yeah, it might be a little bit more complicated than that. So mark potential.
That's not good. I have 5 now.
No, that is good. That means you take an advancement from your
Okay.
playbook. So take a look at that and then let me know. Well, it'll be implemented after combat.
I forgot this game had reading.
It does. All right, so you go to create web handholds for Shadow to hold on to. However, Cleric has gotten back up and is heading back towards you guys and distracts you, and you wind up
That's useful.
hitting Cleric with the webs. So, Cleric, you are stuck for the moment.
Oh, damn. I was up and now down.
All right. So, Shadow, are you going to try to teleport up, or is anybody else doing anything, or is it just going to keep letting the penguin wail on you, or what's your plan?
Well, I feel like every time I do something, it makes it worse.
I mean, having 3 conditions doesn't help, but
No, I know. Okay, all right, I get it. All right, I get it. Was it much of an issue before? And I was like, yeah. I even remember the conversation that we had at the end of the last one. It was like, do you want to clear like condition or take it as a potential? I was like, potential. Condition's not that bad. It's fine.
Yeah.
So has Shadow shared with us the failsafe thing?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Have we attempted to reach it yet?
Nope. I think Shadow's plan is to teleport onto the penguin and attempt to smack the failsafe.
Okay. Okay. Is it my turn next, or is it anyone's go next?
It's anyone's go. There's no like initiative or anything, so.
Cool. In that case, can I attempt? So I found my burger. It's a bit dirty, but I'll brush it off the stuff on it. And I feel a renewed sense of confidence, and I try to attempt. Yeah, why not, to get to the failsafe? Where is it? I don't know. I just run towards wherever the failsafe is, or try to climb
All
on
the
top.
way up on top of the
Is it
penguin.
is it on top? Is it
It's
very
on
on top?
its,
Oh,
it's on
okay.
its neck.
It's on his neck.
Yeah.
Okay. And the neck isn't below or anything. It's not like like the
Below?
robot from yeah, like Incredibles. You know, with like the head like moves. Like,
Oh,
up and down and
yeah.
stuff.
No, the penguin head is not moving up and down.
So penguins were okay. Interesting. Right, that's what I knew about penguins. Um,
Do we need to get a diagram for you, Wiki?
well, to be fair, it's a mecha penguin. I didn't know like it was slightly different. Might be my lucky day. Oh yeah, it's on the floor right then. Okay. Then I can't do that.
I mean, you can try to run up its back and smack the failsafe on the back of its neck, but you're gonna have a penalty.
Yeah, penalties don't be good for me. Can I assist anyone? Any way I can assist anyone?
So what I will say is you can attempt to provoke it.
Yes, that
Awesome.
sounds like me. Let's be a little
Okay,
shit.
roll plus superior.
Excellent. That's a +1. I'm gonna do it with my burger. I'm trying to like wave my burger.
You're like, look, it's yummy, it's delicious.
8.
Is that 8 total?
8 total.
Okay, so you do have a -2 to provoke someone. Because you're guilty.
Oh.
So that puts you at a 6. But you guys have 3 team in the pool. So if somebody would like to assist to make that a 7.
Shadow can assist.
Okay, how does Shadow assist?
Shadow would see that 13 is trying to do something, and she'd be like, "You got this. You can do this." It's like, I believe in you.
Just a thumbs up.
All right,
And I don't
you managed to get the mech's attention. So it will turn its back to Shadow, so that makes it a little bit easier for her to get up there. Or well, I
didn't
mean,
think this through.
I'm assuming that you would like to gain a critical opportunity over them. Because you can either have them stumble, so you would take a +1 acting against them in the future. They err, and you gain a... Well, actually, I think I get to decide that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, they err. So they turn their attention completely towards you, giving Shadow a critical opportunity to get to the failsafe. So,
I did not think this through.
Shadow, roll to unleash your powers. Yeah, and I don't think that you have a penalty for that. So, roll plus freak.
Get your freak on. Get your freak on.
Super freak. Super freaky.
So the
Ow.
total will be 10.
Awesome. Perfect.
Yeah.
So you do it. You're dead set and determined. So you muster up all of the power that you need and manage to teleport. There's like a little bit of a, like where the metal plating meets, there's a little bit of a gap that you can get your hand into, and then you smack that failsafe, and manage to teleport off without getting injured. I will give you that, as the mech freezes, stutters, and then explodes, and you all see a little pod floating down from the sky with a little parachute sticking out of the top of it. Congratulations! You successfully bested the giant penguin mech.
Yes. That's
Woo!
cool. Nothing bad went wrong.
Nothing went wrong at all, for sure.
Bless you. Definitely not just 13.
So you see the pod is coming down and it's landing among the scattered wreckage of the penguin mech. So, now what? Might want to get Cleric out of the webs.
Nah, he's fine. Can I do my advancement now, Tough?
Yes.
All right, I'll take drives from the Beacon's playbook.
Okay. So add that to your moves.
Yeah.
Are we deciding what we're doing, or was something happening? Sorry.
Well, Cleric is trying to get out of these webs.
I go help Cleric.
Okay, yeah, you managed to get it so that Cleric is no longer completely stuck in webs. You're gonna have to kind of clean your costume pretty well, though, to get the last of the stickiness out.
It's okay. Cleric has a new costume in mind.
Yeah, it's kind of like your costume is turned into like a partial sticky note, so when you touch it and pull your hand off, there's like a little bit of like a as you let go.
Maybe we should go check what was in that pod. Has it landed?
Yes.
Shadow already has a head start on looking out for the pod or going towards the pod as everybody else is
doing things.
stuff.
All right, you Shadow run over to the pod. It's pretty small, like, I mean, compared to you at least. And it kind of hisses open, and there's that dramatic burst of smoke. And out tumbles a real penguin, who looks very irritated about its mech being destroyed. And it will start furiously signing its flippers at you in very inappropriate language, as it cusses you out in sign language for destroying its plan.
And Shadow punt it.
You punt it.
You're gonna punt poor Taylor.
Oh my god.
Sure.
I'm
well-
loving the visual.
Go ahead and directly engage a threat. Roll plus danger.
Shadow's gonna be on Penguin News tonight.
Which you still have a -2 on. What'd you get, bud? Ooh. Yeah, so you don't manage to punt him. You try to, and then in a surprising show of force, Taylor grabs you by the ankle and flips you and throws you to the ground. So go ahead and take a powerful blow for me as you get penguin martial arts into the ground.
There are conditions.
Taylor's formidable. Jeez.
Taylor's pissed. Look, he's been building this up for a while.
And it was taken down in like 2 minutes.
Poor
Total
guy.
of 5.
Okay, you you managed to stand strong. So still mark potential. And how do you weather the blow? I mean, you realistically probably didn't even really fall that far. It was more like he like tripped you. So it's not like, you're super injured or anything. So yeah. And Taylor will continue to be surly and grumpy and start waddling over towards the polar bear enclosure.
Catch that penguin.
Wait.
What
How
is
far-
that?
How far away are they from us? Is the pod and Taylor and Shadow now?
I mean, you can like easily make out what's happening, but you're
Yeah.
not like standing right next to them, so probably like 15-20 feet away.
Okay. So I was gonna do this before the thing shot its lasers, and before we couldn't teleport around, and before 13 moved us. But I have a plan.
Great.
Good timing.
So my original plan was to have Shadow get Kano to help us with this big robot. 'Cause he's strong. Robots are strong. Generally, unless they're made out of aluminum. Haven't checked the metal yet, but we'll get back to that. Cleric, I was going to have you check on the other penguins to make sure their enclosure is still set, and then the ducks, and then the otters, and then the moose, and possibly the other animals if I really gave a shit after that.
All right, I'll go take care of the penguins.
Okay.
And 13,
Yes.
I take a box out of my pocket, because my costume has pockets sometimes when the plot calls for him, and I hand him a box. Put that on, and
Put it on.
don't put the box on. Open the box, then
Oh.
put the thing on.
13 just puts the box on top of his head and is like, I did it.
He's still concussed.
Yeah. I think 13's
So
just been concussed. Probably since he got back to your time period, he's been concussed.
And then the door didn't help, and then
Yeah, and then running into the
Amount-
door and falling
consummate
down the
amounts of food.
stairs and yeah, eating a bunch of garbage. Yeah.
oh yeah, and also pretty much dying for a little bit as well. But
I mean, it's only happened twice where you've been knocked unconscious taking powerful blows.
it only happened twice. Oh god.
Yeah.
Ugh. Anyway, yeah. So I opened the box.
There's a watch in there.
I don't say anything. I just stare at it.
I think it's like a little kitty watch too. So it's got a little picture of a hamburger inside on like the watch face.
It was bought at the zoo gift shop.
Yeah.
No, because I had it before the.
Yeah,
when
no,
I
it
left work.
was it was purchased on the way. It was like a gas station pickup.
Yes, because I stopped at a gas station with the Uber.
Yep. 100%.
What's this for? What do I need to watch?
To tell time.
Okay.
You're a time traveler without a watch. It's the most annoying part about you.
So let me get this straight. We just fought this massive penguin.
Mhm.
A smaller penguin came from it called
Yep.
Taylor.
Yep.
Shadow tried to yeet it unsuccessfully,
Uh-huh.
and you're now giving me a watch as though
I
this
meant
is
to
the
do
most
it
important thing.
before all of this happened. I thought there was just like a strange fire going on here, not a giant penguin mech.
And I guess
I think the
probably
Night
get
Fox is in
unconscious and out.
shock.
The Night Fox is in a lot of emotions, especially angry. It's almost like it's a condition or something.
Crazy. Imagine having conditions. You know,
Imagine.
when all of you
I
have
say
at least
thanks.
two.
Okay.
At least.
Uh,
Okay. Thank you. I reach out for a hug.
Sure, I hug 13.
It sounds like 13. Maybe you're trying to comfort and support the Night Fox.
Maybe.
So you want to roll plus mundane?
No.
He sucks at that one.
Oh, 7?
Or
With the -1. 7.
dog is losing her mind.
She doesn't like us hugging.
Apparently
No,
not.
she does not like it.
Okay, unfortunately, 13, you are angry, so you have a -2. However, one of your moves is Tomorrow's Golden Promise, so if you want to try to comfort Night Fox with tales about the future, you could do
Oh,
that
yeah.
instead to roll
Yeah, that'd be
with
fun. Let's use a
Savior.
move. You would do that. Okay. So what do I have to do? So I need to give them a tell what I think their future will be. Does that have to be true? I haven't really thought about. Right. Okay. The only thing is out of game for a second is like I'm not actually established with you like what truths for the
So
others I have.
that's actually like there are things about the future that I will decide, but there are
Yeah.
pieces of the future that you can know. Like that it's your future, it's your character. You make a lot of this stuff up too. It's a collaborative based experience. So
Right,
if you
okay.
tell me like in the future Batguin is the lord of all, or Night Fox is the lady of all the penguins and
I was
rules them with
literally
grace
going to
and
suggest that.
excellent.
Literally going to suggest that. That was a natural thing to say, even if it's true or not. I want it to be true.
Yeah,
I just out of context, I didn't want to go. How? Yeah, this is true.
Yeah, no,
Because then it
if you
might
think that your
play
character would
around
be
with what you-
confident in thinking that that is what Night Fox's future holds, then yeah, by all means.
Yeah, Night Fox and also Backward.
Both. In one go.
All of the above. Yeah. So yeah, I sort of tell about, from what I can remember, knowing that Night Fox becomes basically the overlord of the penguins and stuff. And yeah.
So maybe the comfort comes from like, you don't have to worry about, Taylor trying
Working.
to attack you and stuff all the time because one day.
Oh yeah, Taylor's not an issue. Taylor's not an issue.
Yeah. In fact, I'll say that eventually, Night Fox and Taylor are actually very good friends in your future.
Night Fox is probably like,
Sus.
Yeah.
No, it just sounds like I'm gonna take all the penguins with Taylor and form an uprising and destroy 13's future. But
I
sure.
mean, maybe that's what happens. Who
Yeah,
knows?
that seems like something tough would
I
write.
don't remember everything. Maybe. Okay, I may need comforting myself now.
Okay, so I will let you roll and then add your savior.
10.
Awesome.
9 + 1, 10. Yeah.
Okay.
It
So,
worked.
Night Fox, you hear this. So you can mark potential, clear a condition, or shift labels if you open up to 13. So something along the lines of like, oh, that would be an awesome future, something like that where you're giving a little bit of ground to 13. And 13, you may add a team to the pool or you can clear a condition, which might be recommended.
Still listening. I'm still on my headphones and I'm still here. Hi. I needed to get props. Which watch?
Oh my
I've got a-
god.
I've got a Goofy watch.
Mhm.
I don't know if you can quite see it because I can't see me. I've got a Goofy watch with goofy hands, or I've got a really old Star Tours watch from Disneyland, which I got from an antique store when I went to California.
Oh.
So felt like I needed props for this watch.
I feel like the goofy one probably
Goofy
fits.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's entirely correct. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Didn't stop at
right.
an antique shop.
Do I wanna go clear condition? I don't know. I feel like I've been doing
Yeah, I
well
don't
with these
know.
conditions.
Yeah, you've been doing
You've been
great.
doing fabulous.
You only got mildly
Can I-
concussed and
Can I clear a condition? If that's
yes.
okay.
Yeah. I'll let you decide which one to clear.
All right, I'm gonna clear
Insecure.
hopeless.
Insecure. I feel
Okay.
like yeah, I feel like I've actually helped a little bit and also got a watch which I feel quite cool about. It has goofy hands on it and it tells the time.
So
Cool.
for me to clear a condition, I have to share something with 13. Is that what you said?
Yeah. No. So you can either mark potential clear. Well, I don't know. Sometimes the phrasing that they use is a little bit difficult to understand. I will say that you can choose to mark potential or clear a condition. If you wanted to shift labels, then you'd have to open up to 13.
I just want to clear a condition.
Okay. So you don't really get anything out of Night Fox, maybe 13.
Good.
But
He got a watch. Isn't that enough?
no heartfelt emotional moment between 13 and Night Fox. I think it's just kind of like a nod of understanding of like, okay. But no real opening up, which kind of makes sense because you were kind of just telling Night Fox stories about her future, not necessarily like, you know, like what you did with Shadow and the babies. Cool. Aw, you guys
But
are
I will
starting.
say, I look at a watch and go, thank you.
Aw.
So while they're doing I don't know. While they're doing the watch stuff, Shadow's gonna walk over to Cleric in her
You say it's
normal
clockwork.
stature that is very like not so happy towards Cleric. And then she's gonna look at him and be like, thank you for helping 13 out. But like in the most monotone and like serious voice ever, just like staring at him, trying to like sort of intimidate him, but not intimidate him in the sense that she's trying to be sincere, but also doesn't want him to know that she cares.
I feel like it's almost border, like it almost feels sarcastic just in the way that she says it, because it's just so deadpan, like, thanks for helping 13. Like, just straight up, no emotion on the face, no emotion, like, no tone of voice, it's just deadpan. But
Yeah. Of course. we're teammates. That's what teammates do.
Okay. And then Shadow would walk away.
cool.
You
That
say
was
okay
weird.
in response, so you go okay.
Yeah. Shadow just says okay, and then she walks away.
Okay.
I love okay.
Cleric's just like
Group
this
4.
day gets weirder.
As they do. So I think that within Cleric, you go to check the other animal pens. Everybody seems okay. The penguin enclosures are a little bit wrecked. But the keepers are already on getting everything fixed up and put back together for them. They are maybe a little bit upset about what happened. So a little bit of chaos from the penguins, but nothing like a giant penguin mech suit. The rest of the animal pens seem to be fine.
Yeah, I'd put a thingy in the chat.
Yeah. Stealing the mech is, well, the mech is in pieces.
They can rebuild it.
Yeah, but
Make it better,
that'd be a good
faster,
idea.
stronger.
I think that at that point, cleanup crews are showing up to take care of the wreckage. Specifically, I believe that Alpha Industries has probably been contacted since it's kind of their stuff that was used to help build the mech. So they will send some crews out to gather up their missing items.
Do we arrest the penguin for things? Is the penguin a citizen of Halcyon City?
No.
Can we arrest him?
No.
So,
No,
but
not
what's the
really.
deal with this? Is it Taylor? Like, what's the deal with it?
It's a
Like,
penguin.
what? But why the mech?
They need hobbies. They're stuck here all day. Who cares?
I think the
I
authorities
cared
at
because I was unconscious.
Aegis.
Was
I
I
don't know.
unconscious? I was unconscious. I don't remember half what went on, but yes.
You were unconscious for like 15 seconds.
That's a long time.
You know, actually, where did Taylor go? Because you thought he was heading towards the polar bear exhibit. Now he's not there.
We lost the penguin?
There's more. That one's not necessary to be needed to where it goes.
That one is
Those
the
are
one that
words.
made the frickin' mech. It was very important.
And Shadow assist or assess the situation using Criminal Mind.
Yes. So roll plus your superior. And it's a flat roll because you're guilty, so.
So it's 8.
Okay. So you may ask one question.
Kazoo night.
Is there some way to figure out how, or to figure out to know where Taylor the penguin might have gone?
So I will say that is what here can I use to blank, which is what here can I use to find Taylor. You're looking around and you see that there are security cameras. So if you could go somehow gain access to the security camera footage, or just, the general screens, you could probably track down where Taylor is.
I relay the information to the group saying that we should probably go find the security office or ask somebody where the security office is to see if we can find where Taylor wandered off to.
Wait a minute. So, I mean, we could do that. That seems like a decision. That's probably not the best use of our time. But I mean, that's clearly like a zoo issue. I mean, they're the ones missing a penguin. All the other penguins are there. They're fine. They're all happy and eating and fish. We're superheroes. We should stop bad people and villains. We can't arrest a penguin. We would have
Why
to call
not?
the zoo again, and then we'd have to wait for the zoo. It's a zoo problem, and I'm a little confused. Why is Alpha Industries here picking up the pieces? We didn't call them.
Maybe they're following us.
There were, I'll say that there were some zoo employees that came out, and there's like Alpha Industry logos on some of the tech that was inside the mech, so they contacted them.
Is any of this tech some of the stolen stuff?
Yes.
Man, we can identify that.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, in fact,
Okay.
like specifically the lasers that it was using, you recognize the blueprints. They've been modified a little bit, obviously, to fit into the Robomech, but yeah.
Okay, we
So-
definitely need to bring Taylor in for questioning.
It's a penguin. We can't question a penguin. Do you speak penguin?
The penguin apparently speaks sign language, so I feel like we could talk to him.
That's definitely not a thing. Nobody needs nope. So
This penguin
We'll
went
just let the
out of its
penguin go.
way to purchase
I think
stolen
the more important thing
information
is
from
that
Alpha
Greg sold
Industries.
stuff to a penguin.
Yes,
did
but
that
we need
happen?
to talk to the penguin. Yeah, well,
No,
yeah,
Greg is the one that
talked
talks
the
to
penguin.
English. The penguin doesn't.
Well, then how did the penguin pay for things?
I'm staying out of this, by the way.
The penguin is a very vital piece of information for this. We have to make sure it connects to Greg. Might be able to tell us about other potential sellers, where other Alpha Industries tech is. We need this penguin, and we probably should, at the very least, isolate this penguin from the other penguins so we don't wind up with an entire army of penguin mechs.
It's a possibility, but it also might have because this penguin wasn't with the other penguins, and that's why it made a mech, because it was out of jealousy and enviness. Just a hunch. You know, I've never been here before.
Uh-huh.
Um,
I believe this.
Just turn to Shadow and go.
Wait, quick question.
Mhm.
Slightly out of context, but out of game, but in game. The name Taylor. Who said it first?
I don't think anybody has actually said Taylor's name, so I don't think 13 knows that the penguin's name is Taylor.
So Night Fox hasn't had Taylor yet, because I'm pretty sure Taylor was mentioned in name.
Yeah, I said Taylor, but Shadow and
Oh.
Night Fox have not said the name.
Right. Okay. That makes
So
more sense.
to you, it's
Okay,
just a penguin
right.
that was
Objection.
in a mech suit and trying to
Alright, yeah.
obliterate you guys.
Okay, why don't we call Aegis and just get an official order from on high whether or not to go after the penguin?
All right, fine. We should probably look at the
Great.
surveillance footage first, though. Make sure we have something.
Okay, we can do two things at once. I'll call Agent Ida and let's go look at the security footage.
Okay. We go to the security room.
Okay, you guys are able to track down through the employees where the security room is, and they give you access to the security footage, so that you guys can track down where Taylor went. You see on the footage, you have to rewind it a little bit back to the polar bear enclosure, but it seems as though Taylor stashed some tech that made it so that he could fly. And he zoomed on out of the zoo. You guys can tell that he is heading somewhere in the northern direction towards downtown. But it appears that the penguin has fled.
Okay, I break the surveillance equipment. Whatever recorded it.
Okay, yeah.
DVR or NVR.
Yeah, you
What
just...
the heck?
Night Fox just kind of very
Night Fox!
abruptly, loses it a little bit and destroys the, all of the surveillance footage, as well as, the computers that were storing any backup of it.
Why did you just do that?
I was just slightly annoyed that penguin can fly and all the other ones can't. This is kind of bullshit.
Are you trying to clear the angry condition?
No? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think Night Fox just cleared angry.
So while Night Fox is in the process of breaking everything, Shadow opens up her pocket, pulls out like a notebook and a pen, and starts writing a little note to like apologize to the worker people, the zoo people.
Make a generous
then
donation
she'll-
to the zoo later.
She'll like pull it off, put the rest of the notebook back in, and then pull out some like cash that she has because
I love the
her
idea that
father has company,
that-
and then she just like
just
when
just
they'll
to
leave,
add to the
give it to
moment,
somebody.
I think that you pull out the cash as Night Fox is just going ape shit on these computers, and you just start going like. So as all of the sparks from the destroyed computer equipment happen, Shadow is making it rain on the Night Fox in the meantime. Cool. You guys leave the slightly demolished security building.
As we leave, there's obviously security staff there that let us go in,
Yep.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everything was broken the when we found it. We found nothing. Bye.
They exchange very confused looks, but you guys are already like so far gone that by the time they actually check inside the building, they like you're out of their line of sight. Cool. So, you still gonna try to contact Aegis?
I feel like that'd be the right move with what's happened.
Yeah, we'd get to debrief about everything. You good, Night Fox?
Fabulous. Let's go get this penguin.
Great.
Okay.
It's not like you've ever been not mad about something that has happened that may be something bigger.
Maybe
What
a
could be bigger
slight
than a bigger
problem.
mech?
When it's someone that hates
When
your
it's-
masked identity and knows your secret identity.
Twice the size of that one. So, 700-foot robot.
Oh,
Penguinzilla.
yeah. Okay, that's a good point. So we off.
Clark,
See
stop
what
picking
we
up
do?
stray cats and just call Ida.
That is Ida. Ida is a cat for some reason. No, I'm kidding. So Cleric, are you contacting Agent Ida?
Yes, I would like to contact Agent Ida.
Okay, yeah, she will answer after a moment, be like, yes.
Hi. I don't know if you've heard already, but there was a giant penguin mech.
A giant penguin at the
zoo.
zoo. Yes, I'm aware.
Cool. We took care of it. The mech was made out of stolen Alpha Industries technology, and it was piloted by a penguin. I believe it was a rock hopper, is what some of the signs I've seen around the penguin enclosure have said. And the penguin has escaped, and that's where we're at currently.
There's a very long pause of silence, then she's like, a penguin?
A rock hopper penguin, yes.
Of course.
Okay.
And it flew off.
How did it get Alpha Tech Industries stuff?
Well, see, we were researching that earlier. So Alpha Daddy was telling us that a whole bunch of his stuff had gotten stolen by Greg, and it looks like Greg sold all the technology, and at least a decent chunk of it got sold to the penguin.
How would a penguin buy technology?
We're not sure
Ap-
either.
It looks like this penguin knows sign language. There were a few flipper signs that it was throwing toward Shadow when confronted that looked a little familiar.
Okay.
She got flippered off a lot.
Yep,
Yes,
he
she got
flippered her
flippered
off.
off a lot. But yeah, we're not entirely sure. We were hoping to bring the penguin in for questioning, but yeah, like I said, the penguin flew off.
Okay, I will put out a bulletin for any stray penguins seen wandering around the city. What about Greg?
He ran off too. You might want to put a bulletin out for him. He was last seen in heart underwear boxers.
Okay. Anything else I should know?
Both were last seen in the downtown area, if that helps at all.
It narrows it down a little bit, I guess. Alright, well, thanks for the update. We will do our best to assist with this.
Cool. Anything we can do to help?
We'll let you know. And then she'll hang up. So
I was about to ask how you were, but okay.
I think you get the impression that Agent Ida doesn't really care about sharing
Yeah.
that information. I think that this is an opportunity for some downtime and possibly some time for you guys to clear some more conditions. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
What? But those are the good things. We
Yay.
want to keep all of them. From
Yeah, just
what
ask,
13 told us in the
ask
beginning of
13.
this.
I have been doing great.
Yeah, I'll say that it's getting later too, so you guys head back to your dorms to get some rest after a pretty long and exhausting day of tracking down nemesises and fighting a giant penguin mech and then destroying a security room.
Being
Uh,
unconscious.
Yeah, getting knocked unconscious. Yeah, you're still kind of sleepy after your 15-second nap. So if you guys can come up with ways to clear your conditions, let me know. Or feel free to call any scenes you'd like to have with any other characters, or you can just go to bed and keep letting the conditions stack up. That's fine with me too.
Cleric would like to have a conversation with Night Fox.
Okay, so we have a scene with Cleric and Night Fox. What about 13 and Shadow? Do you guys want to have any sort of scenes? It doesn't have to be with each other. You can call for other ones as well. Or if you have ideas on how to clear your conditions, feel free to let me know.
No, there's a conversation that I want to have with Shadow.
Okay.
How would I sacrifice myself?
So you don't have to
Excuse me?
sacrifice yourself. You have to sacrifice
You wanna talk to me,
some.
you
You have to make a sacrifice of some kind to absolve your guilt.
Shadow's
So-
triggered guilty.
Nope. Jumps in front of a car.
Yeah. So it doesn't have to be like you throwing yourself into danger. It could be something like if 13 wants to talk to you, you sacrifice your time to go do something else that you wanted to do. You maybe give up going and breaking into someplace. You like that something along those lines that you sacrifice to absolve your guilt. Sacrifice a soulmate. Oh my god.
Okay, so 13 wanted to talk with Shadow.
Mhm. So Shadow, I'll say that as 13 is coming to talk to you, maybe your dad is trying to call you. So that could be your sacrifice, is that you lose that opportunity to chat with your father potentially about something important, since you kind of left him hanging on your last messages that were sent between you. But 13 is
Yeah.
approaching. And
Yeah,
you're
so-
back in the dorms, so you're probably in your room, Shadow, trying to wind down from a very long day. And then knock knock knock. Shadow.
Well, sorry, what was that, Tough? Was
What?
that your impression of me?
My perfect Warwick impression?
It literally sounded like it was my voice coming out my mouth, but I didn't even say anything. It was that enjoyable and not at all insulting in any way, shape, or form. Just to say, out of game, just for a sec, because I don't know if she's seeing what's to think about what they want to say and stuff. I don't know if Hatter had already what they wanted to do beforehand. If Sin wanted more time.
Yeah, if you need a little bit more time to think about what you want to talk about 13, we can jump over to Cleric and Night Fox instead.
I have a basic idea.
I mean, that's fine. We can just see where it goes. So, Cleric, you managed to catch the Night Fox before she gets to her room. So you guys are out in the hallway between your rooms.
Hey, Night Fox, can we talk about what happened at the zoo?
Which part? There's a lot going on at the zoo.
There was specifically the destruction of all the security camera stuff.
I don't remember it being broken.
Okay, I'd like to talk a little bit about the evasiveness as well. Yeah, you want to go to my room? We can go in your room.
Nope, I think there's been enough people in my room for the next 7 to 10 weeks.
Fair.
Especially somebody eating in there. Let's go to your room.
Cool. So you seemed really angry at the zoo. Um, you want to talk about it?
First off, is Cleric's room as neat as Night Fox's, or is it a mess?
Actually, probably pretty neat. He would want to be as low maintenance as possible for his parents since his dad was in the hospital with cancer. So he would try to keep things as neat as possible so he wasn't a bother.
That makes sense.
Cool.
So yeah, nice and neat and tidy. Not like Hatter's room at all.
Okay. What are we talking about?
The Night Fox got very distracted by how surprisingly clean your room is, Cleric.
You just envisioned that like everyone else's rooms, aside from Shadows, were also very messy.
I'm sure 13's just looks like an
13's
absolute
is just
tornado went through.
full of food wrappers.
I'm not even there being called out.
Because it's true.
I mean, I didn't hear anything. What?
You hear 13 walking by the door going, hey!
Oh.
On his way to Shadow's room.
Look, you're the leader of our team, and I respect you very much for everything you do, and I know you make a lot of hard choices. It just destroying the zoo's property is very out of character for you, so I just wanted to check in.
So I've been to the zoo a couple times to see the penguins because I like the penguins.
They are very cute. I'll give you that, except for when they're in a giant mech suit.
And there is one penguin. His name is Taylor. He's the one that escaped.
Oh, you know him?
He's very antisocial with the other penguins, and he doesn't like humans. So, and I have told the zookeepers about him being antisocial and kind of mean towards the other penguins, and that maybe they should do something about that. And clearly they didn't. So obviously that all took a toll, especially during the battle. And I broke something that probably I shouldn't have.
It's okay. I can understand feeling like your advice wasn't being heard. You're good at making plans that don't get followed. Sorry about that.
Uh-huh.
But I'm glad things turned out well today. And like you being our leader. And thanks for all you do.
You're welcome.
I feel like that is potentially a comfort and support role, Cleric.
I was certainly hoping for that.
Yes, go ahead and roll plus your mundane. And you do have a -2 on that.
And it's a grand total of 4.
Ooh. No, not it doesn't quite work, I think, as you want it to. I think that the sentiment is appreciated, but it's not super comforting given what the Night Fox knows, but maybe you don't about what's going on, what the potential threat that Taylor actually holds.
Definitely no threat.
No threat, just a penguin, not one that knows your identity and could potentially leak that to the public.
Shh. Penguins can't talk.
Yet.
Yet
sorry,
they
what?
can buy Alpha Industry Tech.
Don't worry about it. Yep.
Well. I guess Cleric will leave.
Your own room?
Oh, that's a good point.
I tricked him. Yes.
Claire gets up
Yeah,
and
right.
walks out.
Rooms.
You see Claire get up and walk out and then pause outside the door and go, wait, this is my room, and then go back in and be like, I'm gonna go to bed.
Cleric would actually do this.
Yeah, I
so,
think you would. It's been a long day, so you're a little tired, a little out of it.
And Cleric's just like, oh my god, I tried to support Night Fox.
You got Night Fox in your room.
Va va boom.
All right, 13 and Shadow. What's up with y'all?
So yeah, I'm walking to Shadow's room and I knock on the door.
Shadow, as 13 knocks on the door, like I said, your phone lights up with a call from your dad.
Shadow would look at her phone and then just hit the don't pick up button,
Okay.
right? And then like just throw the phone across the room in some place, then go open the door.
Okay. Yeah, you just yeet your phone so that it's off in the corner.
What was that noise?
A bird flew against the window because
Oh,
glass. They can't see glass. It's really tragic.
fair enough. Can I have a chat?
Yeah, sure.
Can I come in?
Coming. Yep. Okay.
What would Shadow's room look like? Have I been in before? Or
Um, I mean, no, probably not, actually. So this might be your first time actually going. You guys don't usually hang out in each other's rooms. It's not very common. You guys
well,
tend
definitely
to.
not on my one.
Yeah, your room is basically like you can barely get into it. You kind of just sink into all of the wrappers and fall asleep, and then push back up,
I
and
have
you're out
things
of
a
the door.
certain way. Okay.
Yeah,
People don't wanna come
you
visit
leave
my
the
room.
unopened food where your face lands, so you can eat it.
That's called convenience, and that's also being smart. You're saving time and energy. All right. Anyway, what would Shadow's room look like?
What would Shadow's room look like?
So Shadow's room would, to the normal average person, it would be like slightly unnaturally clean. So like everything has a place. The desk is super clean. And there's like a bookshelf that it's like filled to the brim with textbooks, and like there is like a little other desk in some other corner of the room that has like some little gadgetry stuff and tech stuff, which she totally didn't take from Alpha Industries to like work on in the the residence, the room, the little school housings. It's residence here. Dorms, that's the word. The dorm rooms.
Also, we've all been in Shadow's room before.
We have?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The
When?
bed is nicely made, all pretty, and definitely doesn't have a diary on the nightstand with a pen across it. But yeah, it's all nice and clean. Not a single speck of dust to be found.
We were in Shadow's room in the first issue.
No, you went to Shadow's room in the first issue, but not everybody
It's
did.
all the same.
As long as the Night Fox has been there, everybody's been there.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. See,
I go
Totally
and go.
fine.
I've been here before. Shadow, I just wanted to speak to you because I spoke to you a little bit earlier. I can't remember time, depending on episodes. With helping your dad, like, why did you want to help your dad? Like, you didn't really answer me last time, and I just want to sort of know why. Because I've been honest with you with why I'm here, knowing or potentially know what your dad could be and what he does now. And even yourself, you've not been happy with him with what he's been doing, but you wanted to help him. So like, why?
Shadow would sort of just look around, not really looking 13 in the eye when he's speaking. And then when he stops speaking, she would walk over to the bed and just kind of sit down and clasp her hands in front of her, like this, and just put it in her lap and uh, technology and stuff. And I guess he seemed like he was wanting to change, and I guess a part of me wanted to believe him. So, I mean, if anything went wrong, I guess I could have just, I don't know, teleported us out of there, totally fine. Relationship would have been totally terrible again, it's fine.
Do you feel like there's any guilt with us stopping your dad and potentially bringing your mum back?
Shadow would, look down at the ground, her face, slightly paling, because, she's, very upset still that Cleric destroyed the one hope of chance that she had to possibly get her mother back, because she's never met her before, and she would have liked to at least, like, given her a hug or something, so, like, I guess.
You, I'm trying to think of the word now. Do you blame us for stopping that? Because surely you know that it was the thing we needed to do, as hard as it may have been for you personally. It was the right thing to do. We couldn't have let it continue. And surely you must know that, regardless of whatever other connections there are to that machine.
So, don't blame you, and I don't blame Nightfall. And Shadow would look at 13, and her face would be serious. But I do blame Cleric, because you walked into the room, and the first thing you did was just fire at it and blow it up. You didn't ask anything. You didn't try to do anything. You're just like, oh, there's this thing. We just gotta blow it up, and boom, and it's all gone now. And she would slowly, visibly start to get very enraged too.
I understand that feeling, but if it wasn't Cleric, it would have been me, or would have been Night Fox. It would have been one of us doing it, because that's what we needed to do. So, as much as you may be angry at Cleric, it would have been any one of us doing the same thing, because we know we had to. And I come from the future. My memories are still a bit hazy, but I know that the reason why I'm here because it's your dad, an extension of you. I've spoken to you of the path that I've seen you go on and where it can lead. And I don't want that to see that happen, It's like to know you guys in a level that I never thought I would even think. It'd be a case of come back in time, stop this guy. He's got a daughter or something, didn't really give a crap, and then do my thing, and then off I go. But while I'm still trying to get my memories together, I know that there's more to it than just that, and I know there's a lot of good in you. And while there's a lot of pain at the moment, for the greater good, it needed to happen. And while there may not be a comfort, that's the truth.
Uh, 13. I would like
Yes.
you to roll tomorrow's golden promise.
Yes. What am I adding to that?
Savior.
8.
But you are at a -2. You know what? I'm gonna negate the penalty on that one. So an 8. So Shadow, you hear this? You may mark potential or clear a condition, or shift labels if you open up to 13. And you're still welcome to open up to 13 and pick one of the first two, but you don't have to.
I think. So Shadow would have cleared guilty by
Yes.
eating her phone across the room. Right?
Yes.
I think she would clear the afraid condition.
Okay.
But she's also going to still open up to 13 because she has a lot to say and they're alone. And she's still visibly clearly upset, but like she understands that they did what they did, they had to do. And it's like you could have asked, and you say you know, but you have a loving family, and I don't have that per se. I don't even know what I have anymore, but I don't know. I was just so upset at Cleric, but then he he uh he he boosted me up when I was getting the whatever that feeling was from Greg, and I don't know. I'm so confused, but I don't know what I'm supposed to be. And you say that in the future I'm a big bad, but here I'm not, and I'm just so confused, and I don't know if I'm doing what's right. I don't know how to act. I don't know how to feel. I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't want to call for help because I don't I I don't want to call for help because I don't want to trouble anybody, and I don't want to pressure anybody, and I don't want to be a burden. So I just hold it all inside, and I just, if I'm strong and if I'm a rock and if I just act out and nobody sees that I'm just so confused and lost, and like that's fine. So yes, I was guilty, upset that you blew up the one chance that I thought I had to regain that family that I never had, but I don't know. I guess we're both kind of in the same boat. Just we're both lost, and I guess I can learn to to sort of lean on you, to use you as like a support to help me with confusions that I have, because yeah, because I think you're a good friend. Yeah.
I'm more than happy to help. Absolutely more than happy to help. And we are similar. You know, I've not been completely not honest, but I've not really spoken about my family and stuff. I've never known my mum. I don't know if she's still alive or if she's gone. My dad doesn't mention her at all or anything else, and even my relationship with my dad isn't great. It was very much about not using our powers. Partly because with your dad, with his things that he created and sort of the world that we were in, but also there seemed to be other reasons why he said he didn't want to use our powers, and I'm only here because it was a last resort. But yeah, never knew my mum. Things strange with my dad, so you know, I feel like we have more in common than you may think. And I know about the pain of trying to change things when you can't. You know, I'm here in this time zone and still feel like that the things that I'm doing may not be enough. I'm still battling with myself, thinking what's right and what's wrong. If I do something like here right now, is that going to put you on this particular path or this path or change things drastically? Meet my potential father, not father, and Greg. He looks like him, but it's also not him. That's something else entirely, which I can't even get my head around. So I get it. I get that feeling of loss and anger, and while I'm not saying you shouldn't feel that, know that we're here, that we are your friends. And while things may be tough, we want to help each other to make things better. And yeah, you know, we will be here for you as long as you still want to be with us. I will still be here. Night Fox will still be here. Cloak will still be here for you, if that's what you want. In the day, you can tell us to fuck off, and we will fuck off. But we are here for you, not against you. And I know that wasn't a bird. That what that noise was earlier. I know it's your phone, and that's okay. You don't have to tell me these things. It's fine. I understand. But phones are also birds, apparently. But yeah. But I can be your support, absolutely. And yeah, as long as you can be my support as well. It has to be a two-way street. All sweets, fuck it, sweets.
13 is very tired.
Red Bull's wearing off. Yeah, and then I go give Shadow a hug.
Okay. Yeah.
I will also give 13 a hug.
Yeah, so we will end that discussion on 13 and Shadow just coming together, and I think this is one of the bigger moments that you two have had with major emotional vulnerability between yourselves. And then we will cut to 13 walking back to his bedroom, which I believe is probably the only one that is ridiculously disastrous.
I will say, just as I go, all right, right, okay. I need to go get a burger. I'm sorry, it's been too long. I need to go.
Okay, yeah, you go and manage to get a late
And
night.
I leave the room like this.
Yes, excellent. You go get your late night snack, and then you head to bed. And more often than not, 13, your sleep is troubled. I mean, you're haunted by a pretty terrible future, and it's hard to tell sometimes whether or not you're getting memories or figments of your imagination are reacting and acting up. But this time you know that it is a memory. You know that this is something that happens in your future. And you see, similar to the vision that you had back at Alpha Industries, you see Shadow and another woman standing next to her. This time the world isn't burning around them, but there is a very tall building behind them, and you see the collar around Shadow's throat. But this time you notice a little detail that you maybe didn't notice before. Because you know these collars. You wore one for most of your life as soon as your powers became apparent. And there's a light on the collars. And you've always seen that light as red. But this time, the light is green. And you see the woman next to Shadow mess with something, and then Shadow screams, and her face becomes enraged, and her powers unleash themselves. And you see the world around you start to crumble and fall in every direction, and then you wake up in a sweat.
I would zoom in right now.
Dun dun dun.
It's very much Spicy Burger Dream, yeah. Shit, okay. What time do I wake up, by the way? Is it like late, like early night or something? Or
Yeah, it's pretty early in the morning. You got a couple of restless hours of sleep. And
but no one
you've
else is
woken
up or anything?
No, probably not.
No. Okay. Right, okay. That's fine. Yeah, I think I don't go to sleep after that. I think I just sort of sit on my bed at the end of the bed and just try to figure out and try to make sense of it all, I think.
Okay. I will say that you sacrificing your sleep will clear your guilty condition.
Oh. Not sleeping rules.
Uh, as you spend the night, I think trying to put, like, because you could just go back to bed. I mean, you might be troubled by more nightmares, but, you're kind of used to the nightmares at this point.
No,
Um,
I feel like with obviously the conversation we had with Shadow, I felt like at that moment what I did helped,
mhm.
but then having these dreams has sort of made me think actually I still don't know if I've actually made a difference or not. And yeah, I don't think I'll better sleep or go back to sleep
Yeah.
like that.
So I think the justification for clearing the condition is that rather than doing something else or trying to take your mind off of it, you devote yourself to it and are trying to
Yep.
put the pieces together to figure out how you can help.
Yeah.
So to sacrifice taking the easy way out and doing what I mean, you'd probably gorge yourself or something like that, like on one of these nights where you just don't want to think about it, don't want to deal with it, and instead you're like, no, we're facing this, we're doing it, and sitting down and making the resolve to help your friend. Yeah, that will clear your guilty.
Yeah.
Um,
And just a bit of character building, just everyone can know this and stuff. It's just like when it's in a group, I feel like 13 is a lot more not bubbly, but like sort of chipper in a way where when I'm by themselves or with Shadow, because obviously with the connection of why I'm back in time, I feel like the seriousness and the gravity of why I'm here sets in, and I become a very more focused. And I guess because I'm not as close to the other two, I don't want to let my mask slip a little bit, and sort of make them know, not the stress, but just the, you know, the worry that what could still happen, and then obviously that nightmare making me feel that even more so, I guess.
Yeah, I think that really will tie into the fact that you have so much in your savior.
Yeah.
You don't want to bog other people down with all of this. Like, everybody knows that you're from the future and that your future is bad, but you are very careful not to let on just how bad it is or how involved certain members of your team can be in that.
Yeah.
So I think that makes perfect narrative sense that your 13 is a little bit different behind closed doors or with someone that they're very close to versus out and about with the rest of the team.
Yeah.
Love it. Before we jump ahead further into the morning, is there anything that anybody else would like to do? Cleric, you still have a good chunk of conditions, so if you can think of some ways to get rid of those.
I'm just basking in my one condition.
Yes, finally,
I
after
had
reading it through.
0.
I will say to potentially give you an avenue for clearing one of them.
Please.
You
Yes.
you receive a relatively ominous text on your phone that asks you to meet with Greg. And there will be a location included with that. So, if you would like to take some foolhardy action without talking to your team and take off to go deal with that, I would allow that to
Let's
clear your
do it.
insecurity. Perfect. Okay. So this will be late at night. So 13, you don't think that anybody else is awake, but in fact, as you're waking up, Cleric is sneaking out. The
Do I hear
run.
this?
I'll say that you're probably too wrapped up in your thoughts, to really
Yep.
notice. And I think Cleric's room is closer to the exit than yours, so it's not like he has to walk past yours in order to get where he's going. So, Cleric, you head outside. The rendezvous point isn't very far. Greg asked you to meet him at a 24-hour cafe nearby. So you head over there. Greg is sitting in a booth. He has clothes on this time. But he's
That is very much appreciated.
yeah. He's kind of just sitting. He's got a cup of coffee in front of him, and he'll pick it up and sip it. But his back is to the door when you walk in.
Wow, that's ballsy. Okay. I guess I'll go up and be like, and sit down and say hi.
He'll take another long sip of his coffee and then set the mug aside. Be like, oh, I wasn't really even expecting you to show up.
Ah, right. Probably should have responded to your text. Sorry about that.
It's fine. Look, I think I overreacted earlier. Granted, you guys broke into my home, which was unexpected. But he'll kind of temple his fingers and kind of sit like this, staring at the table. It's like, I need you to understand that I'm not trying to be the bad guy this time. I know what I've done in the past. I know what you think of me, what you've always thought of me. I know what everybody else has always thought of me too. But this technology that they are using is dangerous. And I need you to rethink helping them.
You know what happened to that technology that you sold to some rando?
And he'll shake his head and be like, "No, I didn't sell it.
You didn't sell it?
No. Look, you know me well enough to know that my specialty doesn't exactly lie in mechanics or surgical procedures or anything that would give me the ability to actually use any of this. But when you have connections and you find somebody, or in this case, some animal that knows what they're doing, then not quite a bad deal to hand it over, give them their chance to do what they need to do while you get something in return.
I don't understand why you don't like the technology, but then you're willing to give it to somebody else to potentially destroy the town.
The plan wasn't to destroy the city. The plan has never been to destroy the city. I don't care for the people that live in it. They've never cared about me. Why should I give any shits about them? But that doesn't mean that I want to destroy everything.
That,
And
that's not what I mean. I mean, if you don't like this technology so much, why are you giving it to other people who could potentially do even worse than Alpha Industries?
because they're not Alpha Industries, and I don't think you understand the level of threat that Alpha Industries is posing right now. Look, I get it. Giant mechanical suit terrorizing downtown. Not exactly great, but you see that every other week on the news, Russell. If I thought for a second that this was going to be any worse than what Alpha Industries is potentially doing, I wouldn't have given it to the Penguin.
You don't have to be alone, you know. We can be friends.
You know, back when we were in school, when I was stuck in those shitty classes that I wanted nothing to do with, but my dad made me go because it was the one thing in my life that he could try to make me be. Who do you think was the first person that was always rolling their eyes? Who was the first person to scoff? Who was the first person to judge me every time I did something wrong? We could have been friends. But you ruined that. And I don't want that from you. I don't want that from anybody. There's one thing that I've learned. It's to not care. Because if I don't care, they can't hurt me. But
People who say that care too much. Or care a lot, I
please,
should say.
look, just save the preachy bullshit. I'm not here to make friends. I'm not here to do any of that. What I want is for you to not be in my way while I take this down. And I need you to keep your friends out of the way while I take this down. And I tell you this because if you do get in my way, I'm not holding back.
Look, I admit that I probably was not the best classmate. And I'm sorry. You're right. I shouldn't have scoffed. I should have been better. I can't promise to not try to stop you, or to not get in your way. But I am going to promise to look into Alpha Industries and to keep an open mind and try to see what it is you see. Okay?
Okay. And he'll drop some money on the table to pay for the coffee, and he'll stand up and then he'll pause and he'll be like, and one more thing. Don't trust Ida. She's in deeper than you realize. I think you've seen that at least a little bit. But take it from me. She's not what she seems to be. And then he'll leave.
And just when I thought this day couldn't be weirder. And then Cleric's going to get some coffee too and just sit in the cafe for a little while and think about things.
Okay.
Actually, Cleric would like to get his coffee to go and would like to go to his sanctuary.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, you head to your sanctuary, and you have some time to sit and ponder, think things over. How long are you staying in the sanctuary? Are you gonna leave before morning and be back to the dorms, or are you not gonna be in the dorms come dawn?
Probably around dawn. Cleric is probably going to watch the sunrise from the sanctuary before heading back. Coffee is going to be either long gone or long cold before he heads back to the
Okay.
dorms.
Cool.
You
Yeah.
can always microwave it.
Oh,
I
God.
don't think there's a microwave in the garden. I just.
There's one in 13's room.
Yeah,
I'm
there'd be
not
one
in
the
13's
there's-
room.
I mean, I think all of your rooms have like a little kitchenette in them. So you all probably at least have a microwave, but yeah, I think it. Yeah. So, Cleric, I'll say that you're able to get back before everybody's up. So you're back in your dorm room. And morning comes. What do you do?
Shadow? Can Shadow call her dad, or no, she would text her father the following. She would say, "Meet me at this location at this time. Don't be late."
Bring
That's it.
$20,000.
Or your kid gets it.
Wait.
Wait a minute. No, I'm kidding. Okay. I don't think you'll receive a response to that. But what do you think the location is, and what time are you wanting to meet up with him?
The zoo.
Probably be an isolated location, so should probably request him to meet at the garden rooftop
Okay,
at
so to meet
Alpha Industry, and possibly early in the morning so that like nobody is there.
Okay.
Or
so we'll say that maybe this is as Cleric is starting to walk back to the dorms. You leave, and I think the only way that you know that you've gotten a response from your father is that there is a car waiting to take you to Alpha Industries as you walk out. And you get there, step in the elevator, swipe your card, and it takes you up to the roof. And your father is there. He's standing very, very straight, hands behind his back, and he's just kind of looking at the plaque memorial that he has up there for your mom. And he doesn't even like turn when the elevator doors open.
Edo would step out and she'd stand there for a minute to like see if he was gonna turn around and acknowledge her presence. But like if he didn't turn around within like 60 seconds, she would just walk over to him and stand beside him. wait for him to acknowledge her presence.
I think after probably about like 30 or so seconds of neither of you do anything, he will finally turn and look back over his shoulder and then kind of gesture for you to come stand beside him.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for finally letting me know that you're okay.
Oh yeah, you did respond to that message. I did not forget. I just didn't care to respond to it.
I noticed. So, what is it?
I'd like you to not contact my friends anymore or be anywhere in the vicinity of them. And if you do, you'll regret it.
He'll seem kind of very surprised by this, and he'll look at you and he'll be like, Salem. I guess, why? You know what I'm trying to do. If we can bring her back. I know that the first time the time machine didn't work in the way that I wanted it to, but we can fix that. Make it safer. So that people don't have to get hurt. But if you think that I'm going to stop trying to do this, I'm not. I will leave you and your friends out of it if you want. That's what I wanted from the very beginning, but you insisted on getting involved.
Said for you to leave my friends alone. I didn't say that I would stop helping you. I'll still help you, and I'll still lend my assistance to you. And even if you don't want it, I'll still do it. But I
Salem,
don't want you to tell my friends, and I don't want you to go to them.
Salem, all I wanted was your help. As soon as you got involved, that's all I wanted. I don't care about your friends. I only involved them because Ida instructed me that somebody on your team could have a better connection. But I will leave them out of it, and I have no intention of letting anybody know about this. So, if you would like to help, I will get you access to the laboratory and the schematics. I trust that you'll be able to help us get this situated. And he'll kind of put his hand on your shoulder and squeeze. And he'll say, I'm proud of you, Salem. And I bet that your mother will be proud of you too. And I think that's where we'll end that scene. The car will take you back to the dorms, Shadow. Say that it's getting close to like 9 o'clock in the morning. It's a weekend now. So you guys don't have any classes. And you're all probably awake, getting ready for the day. And
Cleric would like to talk to 13.
okay,
And probably would have gone to 13's door shortly after returning to the dorms.
okay, cool.
And just kind of knocked softly to see if he was awake. Yeah, knock, knock, knock.
Yeah, and I go, oh, yeah, come in. I'm still sat at the end of my bed. I haven't moved since I've been up, basically.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably a little stiff then.
It's a little bit. It's a little bit. That sort of jolted me slightly when you knocked, and then I go, yeah, come in, come in. Oh, hey, clerk.
Hey, so yesterday
don't-
was weird.
Don't mind my room, by the way, and I'm just trying to
13, you can like
hide.
very, very quickly kind of gather up all of the trash and just like shove it into your bathroom. And you're like
Yes.
squeezing the door, like the door is like bulging. But you managed to get it closed, and then you like lean up against. You're like, yeah,
Hi,
hey,
what's up? Hey,
Hey, so yesterday was weird, but one thing we didn't really get a chance to talk about. You said Greg is your dad?
did I?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah,
that was a thing that
Yeah.
definitely happened.
definitely did happen. Yeah. I don't know, which is the honest answer. When we first saw him, I was a bit of a shock. I didn't say many words, because he looks exactly like my dad, and then we saw him again, and also we had that interaction, and there's a feeling that he is my dad or a version of my dad. Is he the same one that grows up to be what my dad is that I know? I don't know. But there's just something there that says that he's my dad, and it feels like it's my dad, but at the same time it's different, and I can't figure out if it's a different version or if it's my memory being scrambled, or if in fact actually this just happens to be someone who's just very coincidentally exactly like my dad. I honestly can't put my finger to it.
Your superhero name is 13,
Yes.
and you got it because you're the 13th in line of
Yeah,
something?
basically like generation type thing.
So that would make Greg 12?
Yeah, potentially, yeah. Well, my dad would be 12, yeah. If it's Greg or not, I don't know, but yeah, it would, that basically it. And then obviously my grandfather was 11.
13, I think
And
that as you're trying to explain that, it kind of occurs to you that a generational thing doesn't exactly make sense. If you're just in the time period where the first time machine has been built, but you're supposed to be from the 13th generation of time travelers, you're starting to think that maybe you got your name from something else. And it's like when you think about it, the memories are weird. It's kind of like, you know, when you like
Well, look,
erase like pencil on paper and there's still a mark left behind, and then you can write over
yeah.
it and then erase it again. That's kind of what your memories feel like sometimes, is that there's like layers, and as though things have been altered and changed, but you don't really know what you've done to change them or anything like that. So it's a little bit difficult to say for certain that you are actually the 13th generation to time travel.
It was almost like me saying it out loud.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably not questioning it before because, like, I don't need to question it. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
you're 13th line. Oh, okay, cool. That's great. Excellent. Quite like the name 13.
But you,
yeah, I feel like saying it out loud, but like, hang on a minute.
yeah, but you do remember being told that you are the 13th. You don't remember the 13th what, but you remember being told that you are the 13th.
Yeah. I don't say that out loud. I just sort of pause when I'm saying it and go, oh. And then obviously
Just kind of shrug it off, like,
yeah,
the name's not important.
yeah, yeah.
Put that thought away
Anyway.
for later.
Anyway, but yeah, Greg, just again, I'm still battling with some like memories. I'm not 100% sure what's my future, what's my present, and what I'm affecting or not affecting. Just at that time, at that moment, well, the first time it was just like shock, and then saw him again. I was like, okay, this feels like it's my dad, and speaking to him. It's a bit like, is it, isn't it? And it's difficult at the moment. But there's definitely something there that feels like he's a version of my dad. If it's my dad or not, I don't know.
Can you tell me a little bit more about your dad? I know Greg, or I suppose I thought I did, and I'm trying to learn more about him. And I'm kind of curious to see what overlaps there are of what you know of your dad and what I know of Greg.
So, if you would like to try to remember more about your father, 13, I would say we could use your new move to ask, what does the future know about this moment? Specifically, what does the future know about Greg, your dad?
And how would that work? Would that be basically you sort of filling it in
So,
for me, or?
yeah, so I would let you know what you know about your father.
Cool, because I was going to ask, because obviously I didn't
Yeah.
want to sort of say, oh yeah, this is like, and then it completely throw everything off. So, well, okay, throw this out the window. So, yes,
He's
I
a
would actually.
vegetarian
Yeah.
Gemini.
I was
Figure-
like, fuck's sake.
God, I gotta write all this shit down. I figure I could give you a helping hand here to help you kind of get a sense of your dad.
I would love to use that move, yes.
Okay, so
To,
feel free
yeah.
to assess the situation, and if you roll well enough, maybe we'll tack on another question after that.
Do I need to roll anything?
Yes. So you roll plus superior.
Oh my god, 11.
Wow, awesome! And you cleared the guilty condition. So you can ask 2 questions. One of which I assume is, what does the future know about this moment? Specifically, what does the future know about Greg? And then you have one more question, and we can maybe answer the first question and then give you a chance to ask a second.
Yeah, okay, because if not, I was going for a joke one. I go, where's the nearest burger? I'm not gonna. I'll wait
Yeah.
until.
Wiki, no.
So
Don't use my full name.
you kind of you take a seat on your bed, is because I mean you haven't really. I think that you kind of try to avoid thinking about it too much, especially after regaining the memories of your dad telling you not to use your powers and the collars and everything embroiled with that. That's kind of a bit of a hurt subject. But having seen him now in the past and having Cleric, who you now know is your father's nemesis, come to you and ask you, you really put all of your thought into it. And you know that you and your dad kind of butted heads, especially on powers. Your dad was very insistent, no, we have to keep the collars on, we can't use our powers, that's not allowed. But you get the sense that he wasn't coming from a place of he hated powers, but that he was afraid of what would happen if you guys were to use them. The other thing that you remember about your dad is that he didn't wear a collar. You never saw him wearing one. So to come back into the past and see that he has powers probably raises a few questions. But you know that your dad in the future is not an active villain. He's generally just a normal guy. He does his best to basically keep you guys. What he has always done is try to keep you guys out of the limelight. He didn't want either of you to be super noticed. He just quietly went about his business and did everything he could to keep you under wraps until things went horribly wrong and the world ended. And after that, he took the collar off of you and gave you the time machine and told you to go back and to fix it. And that's the last thing that you remember.
Batguin, I swear to God.
And he forgot to give you a watch, but he did remember to give you a hug.
Yay, hug! That's more important than a walk.
I don't know
Not
about
if you're
with
time
my
traveling, it doesn't.
argument.
You can just time travel and get another hug. Infinite hugs. No
So
watch.
I'll say that you can relay all of that to Cleric.
You have a second question.
I'm
Considering
not
Greg,
burgers are.
dude, don't ask for the nearest burger. Considering Greg and Cleric are nemesises now, I'm kind of curious what Cleric is like in the future, or what you know about him. Is that a question you think you'd want to ask, or is there a different question you think would be better?
I would say that asking what the future knows about Cleric is totally plausible.
Yeah, I think I would ask that because I feel like because yes, I do psycho. Yes, and 4 stomachs. Funny enough, yeah, I feel like I would ask that because obviously I would try to figure out. Well, actually, no. Actually, what I would ask, actually, I think being with a character and obviously a situation, I wouldn't necessarily want to know what their future's like at the moment, but I think what I would ask would be, what's the deal? Why do you hate my father, not father? Basically, like, or do, we don't already know, do we?
I don't think that it's been openly talked about. However, I will say that since you rolled the 10, you have to assess the situation questions you can ask. I'd say that that question is maybe a little bit separate and something a bit more personal to Cleric. So if you
Okay,
still wanted
okay.
to ask what Cleric is like in the future and then come back and be like, what the hell happened between you guys? That's totally plausible.
Yeah, okay.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll go with that. Yeah.
So what the future knows about Cleric. You studied the past in school, and you don't really remember a lot. Again, it's like somebody erased and then wrote over again and then erased and then wrote over again. So you don't really remember specifics about what led up to the collars and everything that had to do with that. But you do know that Cleric did perish. So he is not alive at the time that you were born. You know that Cleric was involved in something big. Something that nearly had the potential to destroy the city. And you don't know if anybody else was involved, but you do know that the reports on what happened were terrifying. And you're
I was like, what should I ever asked?
yeah, like, oh shit, I need to stop looking at my memories. I just keep getting all these terrible ones. I want to remember me and my dad at the park. I want to remember my dad at the park. Like...
Yeah, cool.
Oh, and I think the other thing that you know is that it was later discovered that Cleric's powers weren't exactly what they seemed to be. So, do with that what you will.
Just like.
Now that I've dropped that bomb, let's just sit back and watch the players fret.
That's exactly
Good
what I
lord.
do.
So yeah, so I basically, I'm being completely honest. I have no reason to lie and stuff. I think I would say, and again, this is the truth that I believe. My memories are a bit here and there, but that's basically, the truth of it. And another reason why I think I'm connected to this group is because of that.
I didn't just have my entire morning upended again. I need more coffee.
I'll pass a cup of coffee over because I've already put a coffee pot on earlier because I've been up for like 6 hours, or whatever by the time this happened. So I've already coffee's still hot. I'll pass over a cup.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. So, Shadow has returned to the dorms. Everybody is awake. And I think we're gonna have to wait until next time to find out exactly what's going to happen next with this group. However, just before we finish up this part, we're gonna swap views for a moment. Pan away from the
Excuse me?
team and head over to a different part of the city.
Ooh.
And we will zoom in on the Alpha Industries building. And we see in a large laboratory, a machine is being constructed. And we see Shadow's father walking around and appraising it. And then we see a silhouette, and we see the curve, and then a beak. And then we see Flippers signing out. And we'll see Shadow's father say, yes, I think we're close. And then we'll end.
Can't end there.
Dun dun dun.
Damn.
So, I think, yes, Beckwin, that is exactly what we see is Taylor with a gun. Just ready to go.
Whoever thought an episode involving a mech penguin would have so many feels?
So much emotion. That was
So
like
much.
really good. So
We had
Teenage angst,
emotion?
right? Teenage fucking
Yep.
angst.
I love this game, but I swear my heart gets ripped out every single time. Just like.
that's why it's so much fun. Especially to DM, because then I don't have to feel the things. I just get to laugh.
Emotional damage.
Yeah. Oh, don't get me wrong. I've definitely been like, okay, so if I was this character, how would I feel if this happened? Ooh, that's good. Excellent. Let's do that.
Evil.
All Night
Tough.
Fox feels his rage. Rage and disappointment.
Don't worry, Night Fox. I'm sure that your identity is totally safe with the penguin who is now working with Shadow's father, presumably. All right. Well, we'll be sure to pick this up in the next issue, whenever that winds up happening. But yeah, I think that you guys are gearing up for your next mission. So let's go around in a circle and sign off with who you all are, where we can find you.
Did we want to do our trust lead?
Yes, the end of session questions. Thank you.
That's the one. Yeah.
I also had a brief thought
Yes.
about 13's background and stuff,
Mhm.
and that was all being explained. Is it possible that because he has lost his memory and some of his cerebral functions, that from going back in time, he now believes he's British and has a British accent, but in the future he doesn't? That makes more sense with him being Greg's possible son.
Well, we
It
don't
also
know.
coincides with the
His accent
concussions
on.
too. So
Batguin asking the real questions here.
Why does
Yes,
13
all
have a
of it,
British
yes.
accent, but Greg does not?
Yeah,
That's what it was all
13
the entire
grew
time.
up solely watching Doctor Who, and Greg wasn't around a lot, so 13 just picked up the accent.
I will practice my best American accent for next time.
It's the end of the issues. He's just like, yeah. Turns out I'm not
Sure,
British,
anyway.
guys.
The last, like looking over
You
the
just-
hill,
yeah,
sunsetting and stuff, and just like, well, guys, It's like my
No,
normal voice, like that
I think
Simpsons with Michael
just
Jackson in it at the end. It's just like his normal voice again.
just to have the comedic effect. You think
Yeah.
that it ends with the conversation between Shadow's father and Taylor, and then you flip the page and you have a brief panel of 13 sitting like this, going, "Wait, why am I British?" And then we'll
Sounded
end
British
things.
the whole time.
All right.
Poor
So
Wiki. We love your accent, Wiki.
we do. Even if I make fun of it in
It is
terrible
the only
ways.
thing that gets me going, honestly. Like, if I haven't got my accent, I've got nothing basically.
That's the entire personality. Uh
It's okay. You're still a ginger.
all right.
Yay.
So I will have you guys, we'll still go around and wrap up, but after you finish telling us who you are and where we can find you, we'll do the end of session questions. So we'll start with the Night Fox, or Batguin this time.
The Night Fox can only be seen during these kind of mask events. There's nowhere else to find her. But the Batguin can be found on Twitch. On Twitter as TheBatguin with double E's, and on Instagram with TheBatguin lives.
All right. And do you think that you have grown closer to the team, grown into your own image of yourself, or do you think you've grown away from the team?
She thinks she has grown away from the team.
Okay. Why do you think she feels so detached?
Probably because of everything that happened at the zoo. She broke
I
some
feel like
equipment.
directed at us as well when you said that.
Yeah, she broke the equipment, and she had a plan, but she didn't actually use it, and everyone just did their own thing anyway. So she doesn't feel like much of a leader, even
Okay.
though she did talk to Cleric afterwards and 13 kind of afterwards. But yeah,
Yep, that makes perfect sense. Who do you think kind of made you feel pushed away the most?
probably 13.
Okay. So go ahead and take influence over you away from 13. So 13 no longer has influence over the Night Fox.
Damn.
Ouchies. All right, 13, or Warwick, where can we find you?
Oh, hi. Yes. My name is 13, also known as Warwick. You can find me on the Twitch. That is my name. Shout it out. Yeah. Actually, you can just put in Warwick and it will just go, Warwick is amazing. And that's basically what I am. Amazing. Also very humble as well.
Mhm.
No, I do all the Twitching and stuff. Mondays, Thursdays, Saturdays normally. Bringing back Jill actually next week. Jill's coming back. Resident Evil. Haven't finished the game yet. So Jill Valentine cosplay's coming back because I just need an excuse to wear it again.
It is very
I do
good.
Twitches. I do socials. Basically, all my name. Put my name in. You'll find me basically everywhere. I'm very active in pretty much everything. And you also find me here as well. Also, yes, we play with balls on a Monday. Balls on a Monday, cosplays on a Saturday, and oh yeah, forgot I made it as a remote. I actually no, I'm staring at myself. Anyway, but that is me. You can find me. We do lots of different stuffs, as you guys know. But also find me here. Find me on Backwinds channel, and wherever else you may find me eating burgers somewhere in some British restaurant,
Perfect.
like a
And
Wimpy's. I think that's British.
I haven't ever heard of it, so probably.
Yeah, yes. Fish and chips, mate. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. That's definitely trademark British. All right. And does 13 feel that they have grown closer to the team, grown more into their own image of themselves, or have they grown away from the team?
Grown more or in the image of myself.
Okay. And why do you think that he feels that way?
Just being more open to people and about what's going on, having a bit more of a understanding about my past, and even though things are still a bit cloudy, I feel, especially with speaking with Cleric, I've got more, and also that nightmare, I feel like I've got more of an understanding of what I need to do and what needs to be done, sort of thing.
All right, so go ahead and shift one of your labels up and another one of them down.
What one? What add one and take away one?
Yes.
Ew. I will add two. We'll add to danger and take away from freak.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, so I think you
Actually,
feel
no.
maybe a bit
Yeah,
more prepared to engage with threats. So you see that
Yes.
you think that you're becoming more of a threat to things that might cause harm to your future. I think that fits perfectly. All right, Cleric, aka NoHatHatter.
Hello, I'm Hatter, also Cleric, also Russell. I forget I'm Russell too, so it's really amusing. Tough calls me Russell, or Greg calls me Russell. I do not stream. I do not want to stream. I like watching these amazing streamers. All these, they're awesome. I hang out in their streams all the time. They're cool. Yeah.
All right.
I don't really have socials. I don't do anything on social.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, so does Cleric feel like he has grown closer to the team, grown more into his own image of himself, or grown away from the team?
I think closer to the team, and specifically to 13, since we were able to have that talk and talk more about Greg and what all's going on.
Okay. I think that 13 already has influence over Cleric.
Yes.
So, 13, tell me how you view Cleric after everything that's happened.
I guess I view them in the sense like I'm obviously closer with them, knowing or feeling like I know them a lot more, and also like I guess like a not an understand. I'm trying to think of the word like.
So maybe a bit more like you can relate to Cleric a little bit more, maybe?
Yeah, a bit more like relate with like certain things, but also feel like because I want to help make sure that. Oh no, I got it. I got it. Basically, I was struggling like figuring out like why I was with this group. Also, I knew about with Shadow and Shadow's past, and obviously the father. But I feel like now more connected with Cleric, knowing of what I know in my present about them, and I feel like duty bound in a sense to help them now, and hopefully change things for the better for them as well.
Okay.
We didn't get our the question about why Cleric and Greg are nemesis.
We did forget to do that, but we'll have to do it next time.
All good.
All right. So, Cleric, I am going to say that you will add one to Mundane, and I think you will take one away from Danger. So you're a lot more approachable than you were. And also clear a condition.
All right. I think I want to clear angry.
I think that makes sense.
Just with all the conversations and everything, I just feel confused, but I'm not angry. A cleric's not angry about anything.
Yeah, maybe a bit. I think afraid would still stay, especially after hearing
Yeah.
about that you're involved in something and you don't know how. I think that makes perfect sense. All right, Sin, take it away.
Hello, I am Shadow or Salem or Sin or Potato9_Juice or possibly Naomi or other names which are long and will probably be forgotten in the next 5 minutes. Shadow does not stream on Twitch. you can find her probably in a warehouse area thing, just tinkering away on little tiny things which you probably would not understand about, but she knows exactly what she's doing. But me as Sin, you can usually find me hanging out with Tough because I'm a mod, or hanging out with Juice, or hanging out with Warwick, or just hiding in a corner and making art.
Mood. Just nodding in the corner.
All right. So, do you think that Shadow feels that she is closer to the team? Do you think that they grew into their own image, or do you think that they grew away from the team?
I think Shadow grew more into her own image.
Okay. So, how does Shadow see herself, and why do you think that she has embodied that?
So she sees herself as no longer plagued by like the past of what happened in the past with anger towards Cleric, because her conversation with 13 allowed her to get everything off her chest, and it comforted her enough so that she was able to face her father, and she just feels free of whatever she felt before. So
Okay. So go ahead and shift one label up and one label down. I think that you could probably up your savior, since you are feeling closer to your friends and wanting to protect them. And I think that maybe taking one from your superior or from your danger would probably make the most narrative sense.
okay, I'll take one from danger.
Okay. All right. And if you're here, then you're already on my Twitch channel. But just in case you don't know where you are, hi, I'm 98 Tough Love. I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch. Sometimes I DM fun games with fun people. Sometimes I play fun games with fun people, which I will be doing tomorrow over on C Plus Content. I will also be doing that again on Tuesday on C Plus Content. And guess what? I'll be doing it again on Thursday on C Plus Content. And then I'll be doing it again on Friday at My Fair Kelly's.
You mad lad, you.
I've got so many. And I have the next week off of work. So starting on Monday, I will be starting my playthrough of Undertale. So
Ooh.
that will be fun and exciting, and we're gonna do all the things. We will discuss amongst ourselves when we're gonna pick this back up again for issue 3. Potentially the final issue of Masks Clockwork, but we will see where we wind up. And yeah, I think that's probably it. Thank you guys for playing. Thank you, chat, for watching and chatting and doing all the things. I didn't really interact a lot, so I apologize, but I was pretty excited for
Imagine
this
being
episode.
a DM. Imagine being a DM and not
Yeah,
interacting with
having
How
to keep
dare.
track of all of these things.
How dare. But no, big round of applause to Tough. You did a great
Thank
job.
you. Thank you. Don't
I
worry,
didn't
there's
even clap. Sorry, Eamon.
plenty,
No,
plenty more in store for all of you. There are many
Like buttons?
plans
Are
in
there
the
buttons in
works.
store?
There might be. There might be trauma.
All buttons.
There
all
might be an
buttons.
apocalypse. We'll see. Who knows?
Oh, yeah, you got that to deal with.
Right, that whole reason that you're here. All right. Well, with that, let's wrap it up and go find someone to raid.
Oh, Ray Tough.
Yeah, let's go raid 98 Tough Love. I hear that they're really
Yeah.
cool.
I'm gonna start a raid on Tough then.
There's
You
this
cannot raid your
backlit-
own channel. Damn it.
Damn. Unfortunate.
Wait, I got it.
Two I see are.
I'm such a troll.
Yes, you are, brat.
The other two I see are Piper and Nerder.
Yeah, let's go say hi to Piper. I played Avatar with Piper on Thursday, and I'll be playing Avatar with Piper on Thursday again. I spelled that wrong. I just put Piper, not Props Piper. Where
Piper.
we are playing Avatar. Sin is also there. Misha is DMing, and Zero Daylight is playing. Also tonight, over on the Justice TV program in about 30 minutes, we're gonna have the Honor Wall night, featuring Zero's addition to the Honor Wall. So if you guys want to hang out there, I will be doing the stuff. Might be a little bit drunk. We'll see where the night takes us. Yes, and Dak. Can't forget Dak. Dear sweet Dak, who Celia
yes.
has problems with. But it's fine. She loves him. And
My
hates
God,
him.
it's 2:30.
Yeah, you need to go to bed. So we're gonna go say hi to Piper. Piper is wonderful, amazing, very sweet, very good person, very lovely member of the community. So let's go spread all of the love and joy over to Piper. And I will
Penguins.
see you guys tomorrow over on C Plus Content, and I will see you guys on Monday here for Undertale starting around noon. I'll let you guys know if it's going to be later because I'm getting breakfast with waffles, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, love you
You're
all.
gonna get waffles with waffles.
Bye. Well, I'm not getting
Bye.
waffles. I don't like waffles. Anyways.
Bye. What?